everyone, and welcome back to Mr. and Mrs. Gamer play Vlad the Impaler. We are going to be getting on to the 4th chapter this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get going. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any new places opened up this time, so we'll just go to the port, I think. A few nights back, you heard a man in the tavern saying that old Hattusi had emerged again down at the docks. The story goes that he is the oldest man in Istanbul and remembers everything that's happened, going back 100 years or more. Curious to find out if he knows anything about the current darkness enveloping the city, you seek him out. You finally spot him, just before dawn, sitting on the end of a pier with a simple fish pole. The man in the tavern wasn't exaggerating. Old Hattusi looks like he might just be 100 years old. "May I sit with you?" you ask. "Only if you want the harbour master to yell at you for loitering," which he will, as soon as he wakes up from that hangover. You sit and introduce yourself. He absently shakes your hand and says, "It's the best time for fishing, you know, right before the sun comes up. That's when you get the biggest catch." You look at the paltry pole and line that he's using and say, "I wanted to ask you about Istanbul." "Well," he replies, "I've got time for one question before the sun's up. Make it good." Do you know the source of the evil that's infecting the city? Or do you know how I could stop the evil that's infecting the city? Well, both of them are pretty valid questions, so I guess we'll just eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, I won't do that. But I think I'll pick this one. Do you know how I can stop the evil that's infecting the city? I think that's probably more important than the other one. Now that is an excellent question, the old man says, flexing his bare feet over the edge of the pier. You could lower taxes, you could kick out all of the Hurrians, but all that's been tried before. No, I suspect the only way to save this city from what's coiling around it is to follow the gold. The gold always leads back to the source of the evil. Been that way for thousands of years. And when you finally find whoever's sitting on that pile of gold, you drive a stake through their heart. Just then, the old man's line gets a tug. "See? What did I tell you?" You look down and gasp. There, hooked on the end of his line, is a small rowboat with 2 men inside, dead from crossbow bolts. Between them is a wooden chest. You jump off the pier and into the boat to inspect it. Opening the chest, you find it filled with gold coins. "Ha ha!" shouts old Hattusi. "What did I tell you? I'll be eating roasted chicken for months, and the harbour master can suck my corns." As you pick up one of the gold coins, you see that it is Romanian, with an inscription that says Voivode. It means prince. These coins were minted by Vlad the Impaler. Well, it looks like I'm getting close to finding out the source of the evil. And as well as that, my charm has gone up as well. Oh, goody. Let's go to the bazaar and see what's there. As you are crossing the bazaar, you pass by a fortune teller's tent. You think of the tarot reader that you know in Cyprus. Then you recall how much he knew about the people in his city, because they tended to reveal their darkest secrets when looking for guidance from the spirit world. You duck into the tent and find a veiled woman sitting at a table behind a crystal wall. "Welcome," she says in a sultry voice. "I can see you carry the weight of the entire city on your shoulders." You smile politely and sit down. "What can I do for you this afternoon?" she asks, peering at you with captivating eyes. So you can have her tell you your future or about the killings in the city. I suppose getting her to tell you your future might sort of inadvertently get information from her, whereas this direct approach might not work so well. So we'll go with this one. You hand her a few coins and she takes your hand. She traces the lines of your palm with two slender fingers and makes a soft moaning sound, as if she were either curious about your fate or starting to come on to you. Then she stops. She looks up at you. All of the seduction is gone from her eyes. You go to confront the demon. She pulls her hands away as if she was suddenly terrified. You will stare the darkness in the eye and realize that you have already done so before. You purse your lips. Very helpful, thank you. You stand to go, but she grabs your arm. You must not fail, she says. Istanbul is lost without you. There is nothing but genuine hope in her eyes as she kisses the back of your hand. And beware, she adds, looking up at you. Watch your footing. The shingles can be slippery at night. It's that last comment that keeps coming back to you days later. Okay, this is getting interesting now. How about we go to the Basilica again? While visiting the Istanbul Basilica, you happen upon a gate that leads down into the crypt. You're already familiar with the rumours and horrors surrounding the catacombs of the city, and it strikes you that if there is an entrance to the catacombs through the Basilica crypt, that could prove to be a place where one could hide and possibly observe the comings and goings of clandestine individuals. A quick jimmying of the lock swings the gate open, and you descend the stairs, carefully closing the gate behind you so as not to attract attention. The stairs bottom out in a row of wide corridors. The tombs of bishops and archbishops, kings of Constantinople, and other luminaries of the Holy Roman Empire lie deep within the floor, as well as on ornate shelves in the walls. You creep along the rows of the dead, searching for any sign of a secret entrance or evidence of people having passed through recently. Your search yields nothing conclusive, and you are considering leaving when you think you hear a faint whisper saying your name. You can get the hell out, or you can search the crypt until its secrets are revealed. Well, I for one am not going to wimp out. I'm going to search the crypt. You draw your weapon and turn to face the stillness of the unknown. With careful feet, you cross the crypt, your senses finally attuned to the smallest detail. Toward the back wall you begin to feel colder, as if all the heat were leaving your body. Something is wrong. Thinking better of your decision, you begin to back away. It's at that moment that your foot becomes entangled on something. You look down, and to your horror, you see that you aren't tangled at all. There's a skeletal hand grasping your ankle. Your heart fills with dread. You raise your weapon to strike, but before you can, the bony hand yanks you down and pulls you under the lid of the tomb, trapping you inside the coffin with the terrifying skeleton. Your veins turn to ice, your limbs seize in the cramped confines of the grave as bony fingers touch your face and red eyes burn from the deep within the sockets of a 1,000-year-old skull. Then it begins to whisper to you. Shadow reigns upon the city above, and cursed be the soil of this earth, for a dark power rises. He shall come from the west, speaking many tongues, and shall be of my descendants from the first of nations. Know him by his black deeds and keen servants, and tremble at the coming of his shadow, for in his wake shall be oceans of blood. And with that, the skeleton releases you. Regaining the use of your limbs, you emerge from the coffin and scramble on across the crypt. Climb the stairs and run out of the basilica. You don't stop until you're back at the inn and safe behind your locked door. And that is the end of chapter 4. My strength has gone down by 2, but all the other ones have increased very well. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and a comment. If you didn't like it, please still leave a comment of what we can be doing to improve. Please stay watching our channel so you can see the next video coming up. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.